Hello, I'm Simon Casas, and I'm going to give you some important information about the at-will employment relationship. Here's the question. Can you fire an employee anytime without reason, without notice, and without cause? Well, what do you think? The answer is yes. You can discharge an employee for any reason or no reason at all, with or without notice. However, I must take the opportunity to quote two great lines of wisdom from Clint Eastwood. The first one is, "Do you feel lucky?" Well, do you? And the other is, "Go ahead, make my day." Yes, you can fire an employee anytime without reason, without notice, and without cause. But what's it worth to you? There are good and bad reasons for firing an employee, as well as a right way and a wrong way to do it. Employment at will is a very powerful tool, and it must be protected. Now, there are a few exceptions to the rule of employment at will. The first exception is the state of Montana. Employment at will in Montana exists only during the employee's introductory period. After that, you must have cause for termination. Two other exceptions are wrongful discharge theories and discrimination against the protected classes. So what can you do to help preserve employment at will? Well, here's a few points to consider. Make sure your employee handbook doesn't create an implied contract of employment. Display your at-will employment notice on your employment applications, employee handbook, and the employee handbook receipt. Be sure to use caution when using words like annual, permanent, full-time, just cause, progressive discipline, and fair and equal. Remove probationary periods and any requirement for notice in case of a voluntary quit. Earlier I said there are good and bad reasons for firing an employee. Well, these are examples of the wrong reasons. It's called a wrongful termination. Employees should not be disciplined or discharged for taking military leave, for exercising legal rights or meeting legal obligations, for refusing to take part in illegal activities, as retaliation for reporting safety hazards or violations of the law, or making a legally protected complaint, or with a motive of avoiding legal obligations. Employment at will has two sides. The first is that you can fire an employee without reason, without notice, without cause. The flip side to this law is that the employee can quit at any time, for any reason or no reason at all, with or without notice. Before you terminate an employee, be sure that the employee file is in order and that the file contains all the information and documentation necessary to support any action that you've taken. Be sure that you have not violated the employee's rights under Title VII. In other words, be sure that you did not discriminate against the employee. Be sure that you pay the employee every penny they have earned. This will help you prevent employee litigation and help protect the employment at will relationship.